Hi everyone, my name is Arvind Singla and I'm the author of the Twilio module for Drupal. I get a lot of requests for additional documentation and just kind of more information on how to utilize the Twilio module, because it's not entirely straightforward, because there are a lot of bits and pieces that you kind of have to configure and set up in order to use it correctly. So this series of screencasts is going to dive a little bit deeply into how to set up the module and how to utilize it to kind of get the most out of integrating Twilio with your Drupal site. So this first screencast is just going to detail the installation process for the module, because I know that the steps aren't always so clear. So let's get started. So here you can see we've got the Twilio project open on Drupal.org. This is where you would download the Twilio module. For this demonstration, I'm actually going to be utilizing Drush just to make things a little bit quicker. But if you don't use Drush, I recommend that you kind of learn the basics about downloading the Drupal modules and installing them. There's a link on the Twilio project right here for standard Drupal instructions on how to install modules for Drupal 7, and this will kind of guide you through the process. So this assumes that you've installed a Drupal module before. So from the command line here, you can see that this is my current path, which is on my contrib directory for my Drupal installation. So drush dl Twilio, and that's going to download the Drupal module and put it into my contrib directory. Okay, and so now the second thing you need is the Twilio library. And so the Twilio library can be found from the Twilio website. So we've got that actually open right here, twilio.com/docs/php install. And what we're looking for is I'm actually going to look for the zip file download. So I'll copy that link address. And then what you want to do is you want to put it into your Sites All Libraries folder. So if you don't already have a libraries folder, you can go ahead and create one. This does require the installation of the libraries API, which is another Drupal module that you're going to be requiring, but you won't be able to install the Twilio library unless the libraries API module is also installed. So please go ahead and download that and install it. We want the latest 7.x2 series, not the 1.0 series. And actually, I'll just go ahead and you can see right here I've got the libraries, so that's already been downloaded. But so the last thing we need is the actual Twilio library. So I'll go into the libraries folder. I will download that zip file from the Twilio website. So you can see we have master.zip. I will unzip master.zip file. And the only thing we need now is to rename this Twilio PHP master to just Twilio. So I'll move Twilio PHP master to Twilio. So now, a little bit difficult to see there. You can see we've just got a directory called Twilio, and I can remove my master.zip file. So now that everything is in place, I can go over to the Drupal site, and I'll go over to modules. And if we look for Twilio, okay, you can see Twilio is here, and Twilio is, it requires the libraries module, which currently is also disabled. I'm just going to enable Twilio right now. I'll hit save configuration, and it'll say that Twilio requires libraries. We're going to go ahead and say OK to that, continue. And so it's been configured and saved. One thing to note, we'll go over to reports and go over to status report. And right here, you'll see the Twilio library is in green. The installed Twilio API version is correct for the current version of the Twilio API. If, for instance, we were to, say, change this Twilio library folder to just some random string, and we were to reload this page, you would see that there would be an error now because it was not able to find the Twilio library. So it's very important that the directory with the Twilio API library be called Twilio. So I'll move that back to Twilio. Oops. CD. We want to move that back to Twilio. All right, and if we reload the page now, you can see that the Twilio library is there. So if we head over to the configuration page, you can see that Twilio is listed under System. And this is where we enter our 3 key pieces of information: the account SID, the auth token, and the Twilio phone number. So this can be found from your Twilio dashboard. I'm going to load up our my Twilio dashboard here. So the account SID, if you just go to the main dashboard, is located right here. So you can copy that and you can paste it into our SID. And then the auth token is here. To show it, you would just click and it would show up for you. I'm not going to do that here in my videos because I don't want you to use my auth token. But you would paste that into the Twilio auth token section, and then the phone number for the Twilio number that you've currently purchased. So I'm going to do this off screen and then come back and we can do the next test of the service itself. So I've got the values all entered up above, and I'll go ahead and save configuration. And now head over to send test SMS message. And now enter a phone number. And enter my message. And hit send SMS. And you should hear my phone go off. There it goes. Okay, so and you can see your message was sent, and now I've actually received it on my phone. And that's it. That's your very first introduction to using Twilio with the Twilio module in Drupal. So please check out the other screencasts in this series, in which we'll start going into more detail on all of the configuration options available with the Twilio module and how we can actually start to have the module do cool stuff with rules integration. So yes. Please stay tuned, and I'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.